Hey everybody, this is Brett, and I just wanted to relay some of my thoughts and feelings about the you know what. And it seems that it's ramping up again, and you know what you're going to see on the news and on the internet and various things because they're only going to allow certain things to be seen about the you know what. And it's such a sensitive subject that we can't even say its name. We can't even talk about it hardly at all without getting put down, censored. And I think that it's becoming rather apparent to most of us with brains that it's just going to be more of the same, you know what, feces, more of the same fecal matter. And so are we going to sweat it this time? Because last year we did. A lot of us more so than others. And I would guess that those of us that have learned better are not going to sweat it too much this time or at all. And I'd like to share with you a little post that I just saw on Facebook that's really pretty funny. Pretty funny. And I'll change the swear words to be appropriate for YouTube viewers. Imagine a world where there was a 99.7% chance that you would not poo your pants, but you're forced to wear diapers just in case. Not for you, but for others. I love that. I just love that. And it looks like this. Isn't that great? And I shared that on a bunch of my friends' timelines. And after I'd shared it about 10 times, Facebook created a pop-up and it wouldn't let me share it anymore. How did that happen? And they said that if you don't think it's inappropriate, then you can like dispute it. And so I did. It's just comedy, okay? It's just comedy. Everything's gonna be okay. And I know that a lot of you don't want to hear about these things, that you're really adamantly for the various precautions for the you know what, you know. But most of the people that watch my channel are more of a logical minded person. And we're not going to go to the extent of ruining our own lives for the weak. Okay, so I realize that we do need to be more compassionate to a degree, and I am. But at the same time, we also have to realize that people need to get their you know what together. And we're only going to wait for so long to enjoy our lives again. Now, when I talk about enjoying my life, it doesn't necessarily mean, in fact, it doesn't mean that I'm going to abuse our planet. So there's a difference between the mindset of mine and the mindset of the majority of Americans, at least, and people in first world countries. Because so I don't buy into the whole, well, we have to create a massive carbon footprint to be able to enjoy our lives. I don't buy into that mindset any more than I buy into that we have to drink and eat junk food to enjoy our lives. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. I don't think that it's true. I think it's a falsehood. I think it's a bunch of BS. And so those are just some of the thoughts that I have that I'd like to relay to you today. And it's part of the way I do business on my channel. And yes, if I have to speak in secretive terms and not say specific words, then I guess that's what we'll have to do. But everybody knows what the you know what is. It's on the news every night and blah, 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 blah. And they're going to try and coerce you. Just think about this. They're going to try and coerce you into medical things. They're going to try and get you to buy into lab-created things so that they don't get too much pressure on them. Well, guess what? I think they're just going to have to endure the pressure until they finally succumb to the truth. And the truth is that everyone needs to take care of themselves naturally. Everyone needs to eat a whole foods, healthy, natural diet. And until everyone gets doing that and they close down all the junk food factories out there, things are not going to change. As long as people are not taking care of themselves every day with hours of natural healing work. They have to do the work for hours, whether it be making healthy food or exercise or yoga and massage or breath work or essential oils or working in the garden. All of those kinds of things that people don't do. Think about all of those things that people don't do. God knows how many things, hundreds and hundreds of natural healing things. And most people don't do any of them. And so now you know why people are sick. If you really understand natural healing and how valuable it is, then you know that what I'm telling you is true, right? And so here's an example. Donald Trump is really sick, and I'll bet you he doesn't do any of those things. Think about that, those of you that are Trump supporters. Think about all of those things that I just listed and ask yourself, does Donald Trump do any of those things? Does he make his own food? I'll bet you Donald Trump has not made any of his own healthy organic food probably ever. Never, not in his whole 70 some odd years of life. And so, I mean, these are the factoids. This is the real deal that I'm telling you. And until people come around to actually starting to do these things for hours every single day, to play catch up at least, probably more than 2 hours, probably 3 hours a day. Until they start doing that, it's not going to work. And I'm not talking about just the you know what. I'm talking about so many different diseases. Just like God knows how many. How many diseases are there out there that are related to people not eating whole foods and not living a natural lifestyle? All of them. All of them, including genetic diseases that are passed down because your grandparents and their grandparents and their grandparents didn't do it. So there you go. Thanks everybody for joining me. Yeah, looking better and better. But you can pretty much guarantee that when you start doing all of that, working on yourself for hours a day like I do, that you're pretty much going to be on a roller coaster ride for a long time. You're going to look good like maybe I do a little bit now. You're going to feel good. Your mind is going to work good. You're going to be emotionally stable. And then you're going to be all the opposite things. You're going to look like crap. You're going to be tired. You're just going to want to go to sleep. You're going to need 10 hours a night, a day of sleep. It's not easy. I've been doing these cycles over and over. Think about it. For over 28, probably 29 years now. 29 years. So when you see somebody walking down the road that They look like they're pregnant with triplets, and they're just like their skin looks like cheese because it is cheese. Well, that's because they've not done any of that work and ever. And some of them are as old as I am or older, and they've hardly ever done any of the good work. So there you go. So I hope you guys have been enjoying my videos that I made lately. I've got several more coming for you, and I would love to make you some healthy products. Like one of the easiest things that you can do. Here you go. Here's the easiest thing. Buy yourself a millet hull pillow. For some people, it takes some getting used to. For a lot of people, it doesn't take any getting used to. And it's pretty much one of the easiest things that you can do to get started with a natural health thing to do. And they're not that expensive. They run from the 50s to $68, something like that. If you get the zippered case, it's $76 on a large pillow with the colored case. So there you go. You can get started with one of those. Thank you, Sunny. That's so nice. I love that blue color. So you can get started with just a simple thing like a good pillow, a natural pillow to sleep on. It wouldn't be that difficult, and plus you'd be donating, sort of, not really, but I mean, I don't make much. It's just a living. All the products that I'm making and selling, it's just for me to make a living. It's not like a charity where they up the price of the t-shirt by $10 so that it's for the charity. If I were not making videos and everything else, I'd still have to charge the same amount. In fact, I could probably charge, I think I could charge less if I didn't have to make the videos because I'd have more time on my hands. But you do the math. But they're wonderful, wonderful products, 100% organic, and that's something you could start with. If you have foot pain, for $80, you can buy a Foot Friend massage tool, and you can step on it every day for the rest of your life. Figure it out on a daily price. If you were to get rid of your pain every single day for the rest of your life, it would cost you like 2 cents a day or something. 5 cents a day. You could have pain-free feet every single day and not have to go to any podiatrist. You wouldn't have to get any kind of an operation on your feet. You wouldn't have to drive to the podiatrist. You wouldn't have to buy $400 orthotics from the podiatrist. All kinds of various things you could save by just spending 10 minutes stepping on that thing. Okay, so here's one for you. Even if you don't have $80 to buy one of my Foot Friend massage tools, go get yourself a stool, right, with a rung in between the legs of a stool. And most people that are listening to this, they won't still do it because it takes effort. So this is why people ask me why I hate people or why I'm so annoyed with people or why I'm so like, what's another good word? There's a bunch of them with people. Okay, so it's because they just sit there on their couches, on their squishy couches, and do nothing. And then they expect someone to fix them. You know, it's so lame. And then they expect sympathy. And then I don't give them sympathy. And other people look at me like, why can't you be so more sympathetic towards those people? Don't you have a heart? And I'm just like, mind if I puke? People are so effing annoying. The far left, the far right, blah, 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 blah. All of them. If it's not one thing, it's another. And so basically, If you're not here for the truth, so you can basically count on everything that I'm telling you on my videos and on these live broadcasts and everything else, over time, it'll all pan out. And the scary thing is that my outlook for the human race is not very good. And the reason is because when they tell us that there's climate change and that that's going to cause a lot of problems, and that we see that it's causing a lot of problems, and all of that is coming to pass and truth and for real, but people are not changing, you know what's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. Our lifestyles, the lifestyles that people live, and the supply chains and everything else, it's a real problem. And it's to the problem that, to the point of being a problem, that all of this grass out here that you see, the people that survive through it all, they're going to start planting gardens. And the reason is because they need food, because it's one of the basic necessities. And you can plan on a whole lot of other things, like people in Nevada and Arizona not staying there because there might not be enough electricity to run their air conditioners. There might be just a whole hell of a lot of things that hit the fan for human beings, and that they're going to have to radically change the way they do business over the next 50 years, or a lot less. If I say 50 years, that's really optimistic, friends. 50 years, that's giving people a lot of time, a lot more than I think they really probably have. Now, even if I were to tell you that things aren't going to manifest as bad as we think they are for maybe, maybe it's going to give us 100 years. That's still, for what I see as far as fast as people are changing, it's not optimistic. It's not a good thing. But on an optimistic note, I'll tell you that when I drive to Asheville and I look at the speed of the way how fast people are driving, they've slowed down a lot. It's a good sign. It's a good sign. But I see other things that don't look so good. And all I can tell you is thank God for the you-know-what. Thank God for that. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but it's a perfect example. It's such a perfect example of one of the many things that I say on my channel that people just don't want to hear. They just don't want to hear it. See, people want to go down the hill, but they don't want to walk up the hill. People want life to be easy and nice, and they don't want to do the work. That's not what my channel is about. If you have pain in your body somewhere right now, as soon as I'm done with this, I recommend that you go and you do the work. And if you don't know how to do the work, you just put into the search on YouTube, neck pain, vitality massage. You could just put neck pain and you could watch somebody else, but I won't guarantee that they're going to teach you the real ways to dig out the pain, because they know that people don't want to. You could go to the physical therapists, Bob and Brad, and they'll teach you how to work on your thumb like this. Oh, oh, oh. That's really going to help it. They're not ever going to teach you the truth. No pain, no gain. Most massage therapists out there aren't going to teach you the real truth. And it's the same thing with the mass population of humans. And they don't want to deal with the pain. I put an ad, I put a really nice ad on my local city Facebook page. telling people that if you've got neck pain, shoulder pain, knee pain, foot pain, this pain, that pain, that you can message me and I will teach you for a whole hour. I'll teach you, and it only costs you $50, $50. They'd rather go to their doctors and get a cortisone shot. For $50, I'll teach them the real way to get rid of their pains, and then they can learn how to do it on their whole bodies. Any of you that want to talk to me live, think about that. I'll talk to you effing live on Zoom, effing live on Facebook. Any platform that you want to use, I don't care. Skype, Google, any of them. We can talk on the phone even if you don't want me to see you because you're not very attractive. Whatever, I don't care. I'll talk to you and help you with either a holistic consultation or a massage consultation. But you have to do the work. If people don't do the work, they can forget it. A good friend of mine on Facebook, I've told her this and I've told her that, and it doesn't seem like she does the work. And then I see that she's off to the hospital again. What can I do? There's only one thing to do, and that's to basically just say, F it, throw my hands in the air. There's nothing that I can do. This is a whole community of thousands and thousands and thousands of people. And many hundreds of them have heard about me, and they know who I am. And they know what I have to offer them. Very few take me up on it. Very few. And so I'm just going to finish this body pillow and ship it off today. And now you know, now that I've spelled it out, various things, and in regards to the you-know-what, we're just going to basically deal with mostly the same things again this year. And it's going to get worse. And they're going to put the pressure on us. And guess what? People that have not gotten the you-know-what to save themselves from the you-know-what, a lot of those people are not very healthy. And you know what's going to happen to them? They're probably going to get really sick. And they're going to have to come to a conclusion, aren't they? They're going to have to choose. A whole lot of people out there are going to have to make a choice. Are we going to start to get healthy, or are we just going to rely on the medical bone brains? What do you think they're going to do? I think a whole lot of them are going to continue to rely on the medical bone brains. But I think that a small percentage, probably 20%, I think that 20% of the people out there will actually reject the you-know-what and start to eat a lot more healthy and start to learn about natural healing and cleansing and eating whole foods and getting away from dairy and mass-produced meats. I think that a whole lot of those people, well, 20%, are going to actually do things the right way instead of the screwball way. So, Sunny Moon just donated $1.99. I just cut loose the truths about a whole lot of things. There are a lot of people out there that appreciate my truths, and Sunny has donated $2. And for Sunny, that's a good amount of money, because I know Sunny. And I can tell you that a lot of people that watch my videos have a lot more money than Sunny. And if you appreciate my videos and my products, you should go to brettsnaturalhealth.com and support me, because it's the money that you use to buy my products and that you donate that keep me alive. And if you want to keep me alive, then you should do that. So thanks everybody for joining me. Hi, Jack. Hi, Mr. Mushrooms 420. And hi, Ulysses, Leo, and Linda, and Nabil Hussein. Man, that was a good lunch. I'll tell you what I had. Salmon. I had mashed raw veggies, and I have them mashed because I'm missing teeth from having grown up with parents that loved sugar and processed foods. And so I had mashed raw veggies, and I kind of I also had some broccoli soup that I put too much garlic in. I really like garlic, and I know it kills the bugs, and I tend to kind of go overboard to the point of where it almost burns my brain when I eat it. You eat it, and it's kind of like if you eat too much cayenne or too much like chili peppers, you just kind of go, oh. So I watered it down some, and it was edible now. It's more edible. So I add some of that, and then I had one of my homemade bread pancake things. And I get it to rise with eggs, yes, really high quality, locally grown organic eggs. And I also had and some quinoa, had a little quinoa, and it was really, really good. And so, yeah, and now I am making a pillow. Oh, look, someone donated. Linda! Thank you, Linda. Linda. Thank you. You are awesome. You are awesome. So I sold a pillow, and I want to read this to you. I sold a body pillow to Christy. And I don't know if you saw this, but Christy wrote this review. First, she wrote a comment, and then she posted it over as a review. And it reads this. Delete. No. Anyways, it's a really good review. It'll take me a minute to find it. But thank you, Linda. Thanks everybody for joining me. And yes, definitely, if you're not sleeping on one of my Millet Hole pillows, then you're not getting good support. Get away from those squishy things. And if you're sitting on a couch right now, have your neighbor come over and you pick up one end and he picks up the other end, haul it out onto the road and give it to somebody else that wants to sit with a slump. Give your couch away to somebody else that wants to sit like this. You sit on a nice wood chair with a little bit of cushion and then sit like this. And if you have to keep the couch for a while, cool, but gradually meander your way onto a nice natural. Think in terms of natural. So start looking at everything around you, especially stuff that you directly sit on, or your clothes or stuff like that, everything that's most directly connected to your body and your mind and nutrition and all of that. Ask yourself, is it natural? If it's natural, then it's probably a lot better for you than synthetic. Okay, so some things, obviously, we can't get a bamboo computer yet. Maybe we can. but the things that you can get natural, get them natural. And you can get one of my Millet Hole pillows right now at brettsnaturalhealth.com. I want to thank everybody for joining me, and thank you, Linda and Sunny Moon, for donations. Have a wonderful day, everybody.